Hey, how you doing this afternoon?
Hey, good. How are you?
I'm fighting off a cold, but other than that, doing good.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Yeah.
That's not fun.
No, sorry about Wednesday. I totally got mixed up on days, and yeah.
Don't worry about it. It's fine. Stuff happens. Okay, I have my quiz pulled up and ready when you are.
I just have to go grab my other computer that has SPS on it, so hang on.
Okay.
Okay, so that's pulling up, but we can probably, hold on. My internet's being a little slow.
No worries.
So I was looking ahead to next week, and it looks like we just have the Unit 3 quiz, and I think the collecting the data for our project.
Yes. And we don't have, I was kind of expecting to have until Saturday to take the test, but we only have
Until
like
Wednesday.
2 days to take it.
Yeah. So.
Oh, and he said, so I was never able to submit our design the study online. So I emailed it to him instead, and I just told him, like, every time I try to click on the link, it says I'm unauthorized to look at the webpage. And so he said, don't worry, I'm giving you full points.
Okay.
And he said, my only feedback is that you need to do a proportion test, not whatever the thing I was that I put in there.
Okay. So proportion.
I can send you the email.
Okay. And I think that, like, I think proportion tests are what we studied
because it's categorical.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I just didn't even think about that because we hadn't really learned too much at that point.
Yeah, we had. I think we were just barely starting to get into it when we submitted it. So. Okay, so I have this pulled up. Whenever we are ready.
Okay, do you want me to start on 3?
Sure.
Okay, the last bullet.
Yep, that looks good. And then this is just asking for the equation for computing the degrees of freedom.
Yeah, so I have a question about that. When you do the number of rows, you do not include the total row in that equation, right?
I don't think so. I think it just
Okay.
said, and I'm trying to find it. Like I said, I'm fighting off. Yeah, so it says number of rows minus 1 times the number of columns minus 1. So
I'm thinking we don't include the total. So I took the quiz already, the meeting quiz. And I got a few wrong. The degrees of freedom, and I got the p-value wrong, and I think it's because I was using the totals column also.
Yeah, so for this one, it's just going to be the third answer. But I think that, yeah, that doesn't include the totals because the totals are a completely separate category, not one of the individual.
Right. They're just something that gives us more info,
more data.
Okay, so number 5, I think is 2.
Hang on.
No. I know that 6 is wrong.
I want to say there's a way in SPS that we can figure this out. I'm just trying.
So I just used the chi-square test page in the Excel spreadsheet.
Oh, I forgot we had that.
And so I just plugged this stuff into the columns, and it gave me it says in the chi-square test, the test statistic, the DF, and the p-value. But I should probably calculate by hand just to make sure it's right. Because maybe I'm not supposed to look at that.
Yeah.
But yeah, there is a way to do it in SPSS also.
Oh, I have to see.
Thank you. Can I have a fork too? Yeah, so it would be 2.
Okay. I need to go back through and restudy this lesson because like I said, I'm fighting off this cold, so my head's like all fuzzy, and I'm like, I know I read this stuff.
Well, and it's like, well, I don't know how it is for you, but I feel like colds are so debilitating, even though it's just a cold.
Yeah, because it messes with your head. So there are the requirements for conducting a X2 test for independency met by this data set. And I know I read that. Hold on, there it is.
Can I have a knife? Sorry, I put the. Oh, I won't cook the next one's quite as long. Sorry, we're kind of like eating dinner.
Oh, that's okay. And I think, hang on, where did my, hold on. I'm thinking the 1, 2, 3, the fourth one. No, sorry, the third one.
Sorry, what did you say?
I said I think it's the third one. That yes, it is met and all the expected cell counts are greater than 30. Because it just has to be greater than or equal to 5.
Okay, so I put the first bullet and I got it right.
Okay.
But I was very confused, and I guessed between this one and the third bullet.
Yeah. Okay. So there are at least 5 expected counts in each. Oh, I guess that's just a different way of saying the expected count must be greater than or equal to 5. So they're just saying it weird, trying to throw us off probably.
I think so.
Love you, Jay.
Me too. Okay, number 7. Let me look at my thing. Okay, 16.204.
Okay.
Are you okay?
Yeah. I was carrying Gidget.
Oh, hold on, I've got to sneeze.
No problem.
Okay, I'm going to assume that you're right on that. What was your answer for that again?
16.204. And I just am using the Excel spreadsheet that you
Okay.
showed me on Monday.
Okay, and then you just entered the data into it?
Yeah, and it's on the chi-square test tab, which is like the third one.
Okay. Oh, don't do that. Sorry, my computer's being... Okay, and then the p-value... Let me enter... I always forget about this spreadsheet, and I need to, like, make myself a note.
Oh my goodness. I am so glad you told me about it.
Yeah, because it does make a lot easier. Okay. So that means our p-value would be 0.003 if we're rounding to 2, or to 3, 0.003.
Wouldn't it just be 0?
Well, I'm getting, when I put, hang on, I'm getting 0.0028. And degrees of freedom of 4.
Maybe I put it in. Are you putting the totals column in?
Oh, no, I didn't put, the totals does it up for you already.
Okay, so you just put...
I put the 3, because we only have the 3, right?
So 250, 350 across the top, and then 200, 150, and 50 across the
Yep, and
bottom.
then 450, 450, and 100.
But we don't add those, right?
Oh, that's the total. Okay, that would be why. Those are totals on the bottom. I totally did not.
No, that is exactly what I did last time.
I totally did not see that that was totals on the bottom. Okay, so yes, just 0. Oh, I'm so glad that we get to do this as a group.
Me too. I honestly would not have ever figured out that there was this spreadsheet, because I know it's dumb of me, but I usually just skip the Excel instructions because I use SPSS most often.
Well, and I don't think that they told us about this in the Excel instructions. I think it was in the videos is where he talked about it.
Oh, and I have a really hard time focusing on the videos. I think like just the monotone voice really gets to me.
Yeah.
Which is my fault. Okay, so
yeah, I understand there.
Okay, so I have, so do you think it's 0 for that then?
Yeah.
Okay. Okay, number 9, let's see. So the first bullet.
Okay. Because we fail to reject the null, right? Because it's smaller than our, yeah. Okay. So, okay, the research question for this study is, do people in Europe, Australia, and the United States seek chiropractic care for the same reasons? And then our hypothesis, our level of significance is 0.05. Our hypothesis is the location of the motive, location and the motives to visit a chiropractor are independent, and they're not independent. The conditions for conducting a chi-square test are for independence are satisfied, so true.
Yeah.
I guess I should scroll over and see all of the rows, but
I just have to input my data before I can answer the next
yeah,
question.
I'm working on the same thing.
Okay, so I think the degrees of freedom is 8.
Oh, hang on, oh, dude, somehow I missed a row. Hang on. Hopefully my row's not being, okay, degrees of freedom is 8. Yes.
Okay.
And then, okay. And then the X2 test statistic is 7.436.
And the p-value is 0.49.
Oops. What was our, okay. So we reject the null. So is it the third one? Or the second one? My brain is.
Second one.
Okay, that was my initial
Yeah, it's the
thought,
second one.
but then I'm like, wait a minute. So maybe I shouldn't overthink it.
No, that's I think the hardest part for me. Well, I get confused on questions where they're like, which kind, when they ask which kind of test do you need to do?
Okay, you should watch the second video on lesson 19 where he just lays out what the type of tests are.
Okay, so that chart that he makes, you know, the one where like it has the things and then it goes down and
yeah,
whatever. I kind of want to ask the professor if there's a printable for that, because that would help me so much if I could just memorize that.
Paused the video and copied it down.
Oh, that's smart.
To go back
I can't get my video to expand from like the little thing. I must have some sort of blocker on my web.
Are you doing it
browser.
from the textbook, or are you doing it from, if you do it from the lesson page, it'll expand.
Oh, okay.
Because I can't get them to expand in the lesson either.
Good to know.
So, but yeah, that helped me a ton where he just laid out.
Yeah, me too. And I was like, oh, I need this, but I couldn't like read it well enough to copy. So that's awesome.
Yeah. So do you want to meet Monday to go over for our Unit 3 quiz, or do you want to do Tuesday?
What would, either way, I feel like I need some time to study because
that's what
I feel like
feeling.
I really need to go over the last lesson, and then the 2 before that are still pretty confusing to me. Would you maybe want to meet on Tuesday instead?
Yeah, if we could, just because, like I said, I need to go over this lesson again, and there's some stuff
And you
from
need to
last
get better.
that.
Yeah, I think that sounds good to me, and that'll give you a little bit more time to recover.
Yeah. I know, I like didn't do any schoolwork today, and I'm like, crap, I have a whole bunch of stuff that I have to turn in tomorrow. But I'm
that's
hoping
the
I
worst.
feel better tomorrow.
I hope so too.
So.
All right, well, thanks for meeting, and I will see you on Tuesday. What time is good for you?
Anytime.
Do you want to just do 5:30 again?
Sure, that works.
Okay, sounds great.
All right. Talk to you later.
Start feeling better.
Yep. Bye.
Bye.